interplay between fat and glucose consumption. So, first of all, there are a couple of things that will give the energy to the muscles. But the most important are the phosphocreatinine, the glucose, and the fats. About the phosphocreatinine, we'll talk a bit more later. Now let's concentrate on the carbohydrates and fats. How they are used, so how the carbohydrates are used, how the fats are used, and when. So you can imagine that we have some levels of the carbohydrates available and some levels of the fats available in the organism. From where? Generally, the glucose is flowing constantly in the bloodstream, nearly constantly, at some level. In case of the fats, it's also true. So we have some amount of the carbohydrates and fats just in the bloodstream, the fully available and easy to get way. About fats, we also have some storage of them in the fat tissue. In some cases it's big, in some cases it's small amount, depending on the situation. However, the fats are very dense from the energetic perspective. Yes? So even a relatively small amount of fat tissue that we have would sustain us for really long hours of exercising because it just stores so effectively the energy. In case of carbohydrates, we also have some storage. The storage of the carbohydrates is in the glycogen. So the glycogen is mainly in the liver and mainly in the liver and in the muscles. Yes, and fats in the connective tissue. Let's make it a big belly. Yes. Okay. So in normal case, if we are not during starvation, if we are not doing some, a heavy diet or not after a marathon, we have all of it available. However, the muscles will utilize different fuels differently. For example, the cardiac muscle utilizes mainly the fats, but about this we'll have a different presentation. Generally, during low to moderate aerobic exercises, the muscle utilizes more fats and less glucose. Yes, so some low to moderate intensities, generally the muscles like fats. Yes, so low and moderate. However, in order to use up fats, we need to get them into the mitochondria. We need carnitine, for example, to this. So we need to get them into mitochondria. And what is very important, that getting into the mitochondria, we need this carnitine. Yes, that we already mentioned. So supplying the carnitine will help to get these fats into the mitochondria that may increase the ability to sustain exercises for longer, and in some cases may improve reducing the amount of fat tissue in the organism. However, this is something, yes, but it is not effective in all of the people. The results are mixed, let's say so. So this is first thing. Also, what we need to remember, if you think about the chemical structure of the fat, yes, it has far less oxygen in it than carbohydrates. Yes, because carbohydrates has quite a lot of oxygen in the structure of it, and fats has nearly nothing. Yes, if they are long, they have only the C or OH at the very end, and the carbohydrates have a lot of OH groups. Yes, the strict chemical structure, of course, is not important, but the idea is that you need supply far more oxygen into the mitochondria when we digest fats. So what happens if we do not have the oxygen? If we do not have the oxygen at all, we do different thing. We do glycolysis. And in order to get the glycolysis working, we need glucose. We cannot do the glycolysis from the fats. So when the intensity of the exercises will increase very much, and the oxygen supply would not be big enough, or we would generally concentrate on those fast twitching muscles, the amount of glucose used would be far more important. And of course, this is some continuum. Yes, so we will get some fat utilization and increasing amount of glucose utilization as we increase the intensity of the exercise above some threshold. Okay, thank you.